Hi there, everyone. Lesson 30. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. Now, for those of you who don't like that word or have trouble stumbling over it from early Sunday school days, substitute God and love. Love is in everything I see because love is in my mind. And to extend that, love is what I am. So, it says this is the springboard for vision. It makes a very interesting comment that says, you're going to see things like you've never seen them before, and what you saw before will not be visible to you. To have that make sense, you all probably know that dogs can hear sounds at a higher frequency than ones that we can hear. Well, it would really be pretty foolish to say, well, those sounds don't exist, because there's too much scientific evidence that says there is. But we would have to say it's outside my range of hearing. So you might say this is a matter of certain things are outside my range of seeing. Now remember, we're energy fields, and our energy fields, if they're hate-driven and fear-driven and everything is always a big mess, I'm operating at a lower frequency than if I feel open-hearted and loving and, as Carl Rogers said, engage in unconditional positive regard, another way to say love. So people operating at a lower frequency do not see the same things as people operating at a higher frequency. Now, this does not mean good or bad, better or worse. It says because how you think and what you see are inevitably identical, there's no way that if you're thinking lovingly and open-heartedly and with generosity, you're going to engage in the same way as somebody who hates themselves and everybody else. So those kinds of words are mutually exclusive. Then it says we're going to use a new kind of projection. Now, projection is a psychological term that probably everybody's aware of, which means there's something about yourself, obviously it's not about yourself, it's about your ego mind, that you're afraid of, you don't want to own, you would be embarrassed to say, oh my goodness, yes, that's me. So we unconsciously project it out and we see it as characteristics in the people around us. Let's say that you keep running into people who don't quite tell the truth about something, and it makes you crazy. Well, what that tells you with 100% accuracy, that there is some fear that you carry, that you sometimes might not quite tell the truth, but that's too painful, you're afraid, to deal with, so you just keep seeing it outside you. So projection is trying to get rid of something that's in your mind. Seeing this way, seeing lovingly with vision, since it uses that term, is to try to join with what's out there instead of trying to throw away what's out there. Again, it recognizes we're still down in something of a hole that we've dug ourselves into, and these are remedial steps and ideas to, little by little, climb up that ladder so we can poke our heads out of the hole, so to speak. So it says, well, first of all, look around you and just repeat this. And just as you go through your daily life, you can repeat to yourself, love is in everything I'm seeing. Because love is in my mind, love is what I am. And then it asks you to do some more practices with your eyes closed. And just noticing that the kinds of thoughts that you're seeing or the imaginations that you're imagining, the same thing applies. A loving attitude or the intention to join with, you will have a very different inner experience than you do, once again, if you're afraid of everything and you fight against everything. So just do that whenever you can and recognize we're going to keep going closer and closer and closer to this truth of course, love is in everything I see. I sure do want to see it. I want to get that frequency up because love is in my mind, and I'm going to keep adding because love is what we are. Have a wonderful day. Bye.